The psalmist wrote, "They who sow in tears shall reap harvest of joy." 2020 had plenty of tears in which we had prayed. We gave them as the offering of our grieving soul for a lot of sadness that had occurred. And now we entered 2021 filled with the hope for a new year. And already we've been greeted by, again, challenges. We knew that when we were praying those prayers of tears, that the troubles wouldn't be just behind us, but they would also be facing us in the future. But that God, by a harvest of joy, would shape our character in such a way that we would be ready for the new challenges which have arrived. The trauma that took place in the capital of the United States of America on January the 6th has troubled us and our world. But with prayers of joy, there's the source of joy, which is a hope that comes from God. The Interfaith San Antonio Alliance is a community of faith leaders in a common effort to recognize that everyone is made with a spark of God's hope in their lives. With dignity and respect, we're to relate with each other. There are many differences which we have among us as faith leaders in terms of our beliefs, but we have a core belief that everyone is of value in the eyes of God, and therefore our commitment is to see everyone with that same eye of hope. I think of how Sam Briskman had prayed during World War II when he was in Auschwitz, a concentration camp that, by the evil decrees of a Hitler, 1.1 million people would die. Briskman prayed from his prayer book, and praying from his prayer book, he offered prayers from his soul as tears. But also he experienced the movement of hope stirring in his life. And when he was among the fortunate few who survived, he went on to New York City and then eventually to here in San Antonio. In the midst of his friendship with some people from Trinity Baptist Church, I've heard his story. These prayer books are a sign of what it means to have hope during the most difficult, despairing, dark days of history that can cast the gloom of despair over our lives. But God shines through. And as God shines through, then we as people of faith can see that spark of hope and build upon it as a community. And so it is that the Interfaith San Antonio Alliance is a community that in the best of times and the worst of times, we are people of joy because we have sowed our tears in the harvest of God's love that produces then His bounty. Stay focused with faith, then to see the big picture of what God is wanting to do through you and through us in 2021 and beyond.